Hello Sagittarius, it's Lorene from Insight Readings with some astrology that I think you'll find fascinating. Well, I do. I have such a passion for it. It's just mythical and intriguing, and I'd love to share that with you. As you can see, it's really passionate in my life. Um, with that said, I just want to say thank you so much for the subscriptions that you've showered on me, for subscribing to the channel, for inspiring me to grow it and to live that dream. Thank you so much. I am so grateful for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for the comments, beautiful comments. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know it resonates, and that you're possibly getting clarity out of the messages that go out there. I am so grateful for that. Thank you so much. Okay, so this isn't a monthly general reading that I'm putting out. This is some astrology about Greek, and it relates to karma, because we're in a very karmic year. And if you have a look back at me, I put out readings using the tarot and also explaining karma and why we say this is such a karmic year for everyone in different areas of their life. So this is an addition to the video, and the focus, well, it started in April and it ends in May. So it's a 2-month focus on the constellation of Andromeda. And Andromeda in Greek mythology is also, she's also known as the Chained Lady. So the story about Andromeda is that she had to pay the price of her parents' actions. What happened was that her mother was very boastful of her daughter's beauty, Andromeda, and she boasted and said that her daughter Andromeda was more beautiful than the nymphs. And the nymphs are evidently very beautiful beings. So this angered the gods, and Neptune, or Poseidon, decided, or was so angered by this, that he in his anger decided to absolutely destroy and annihilate the kingdom of Andromeda's parents for this arrogance or boasting of her daughter. So there we get the mother already, so that's ancestral actions there. So her father, the other end, went to go and seek advice on how to appease Poseidon's anger, and he went to the oracle, and the oracle said the only way to appease Poseidon was to offer up a sacrifice, and the sacrifice had to be the very thing that was so important to them, the thing that they were clinging on to, and that was their daughter Andromeda. So Andromeda, to save his kingdom, Andromeda was chained to a rock to be offered as a sacrifice to the sea serpent. So she was an innocent soul. She was paying the price for the actions and behaviors of her parents. It wasn't her fault that she was in this situation, in this as a victim. She was bearing the brunt of her parents' mistakes. So it is a story, it is a love story that starts off, it's bittersweet, where it's really difficult and unfair, but it ends very beautifully. So what happened was Poseidon was in love with her. He found her Perseus found her beautiful, and he came to her rescue, and he said to her, he would rescue her, he would save her, but there was a condition attached to it. So this is where your free will comes into it. Yes or no, you do or you don't. And the condition was that she marry him when he set her free. And she agreed to this. She used her free will to set herself free so that she could have the abundance to live her life. And he set her free. He slayed this sea serpent, chopped off its head, and she honored her commitment, and she married Perseus, and they were abundant. They had 6 children, and they lived a happy, fulfilled life. So out of the bitter came the sweet, and Andromeda is the chained lady, but at the end with good fruit that was born. So this is what this video is all about, sharing this myth, and the focus we have had starting in over the constellation of Andromeda, This constellation falls over Aries and Taurus, and it's over a 2-month period, and it will only be in this situation, and I'm not even sure if we'll have the karmic planets that are present as well in another 1,000 years. So that just shows how much karma this year is all about, and in fact for the next 18 months because of the eclipses and where we are having them. So with that said and done, I'm going to show you on a little board, and let's carry on with a little more information and detail on how it affects you, Sage, and the areas of your life. Thank you. There we are. So this constellation, as I say, falls here over Aries and Taurus, this section of the night skies. And the focus on the Chained Lady or Andromeda constellation is all about victimhood, chains, because she was chained, suffering, being shackled, held back for the mistakes or the karma of our environments or karma of ancestry. Andromeda also, however, indicates problems in relationships which are then resolved. So a bittersweet victory. So this is also in the same way. The explanation is that we are born into families that carry karma that is repetitive throughout the ancestry. Example, addictions or bad habits, poverty patterns, and we can see where this falls for each sign. There's anger issues, aggression, victimization issues, depression, manipulation. It's all self-worth issues. And this is because of our environment that we are born into. What we see, experience, and live, we perceive and then believe in our mind or our head, Aries. In other words, the chains that tie us and block or stop us from believing that we can change our circumstances and not become the victims of the circumstances that we find ourselves in. So Aries, this first, there were 3 lunations. Okay, the last one is today in South Africa, but the first one started in Aries. Okay, and that was on the I'll give you the date now. But Aries is all about setting yourself free, being the pioneer, taking action, going in head first, being courageous, and all about new beginnings, creative energy, and passion to take that action. So it starts there with the sign that is this aggression. Aries is action orientated because it's ruled by Mars. Mars is action, taking that action, and having the passion to do it. So overall, the focus is on this constellation of Andromeda and is very karmic, to release ancestral karma. And this is with the help of the universe because of the alignment of other planets that are there to help us. So we have the South Node. The South Node, when we see this mythical dragon, this is Rahu Ketu, who was chopped in half. And the head is where the brain is and where the focus is, but he's chopped in half. So we had our first eclipse in the South Node, which is the tail, Ketu. The tail is headless, so you feel like you don't know where you're going. There is no head. You can't plan. It's the anus, it's the releasing, it's the shedding. So that's what the South Node demands, releasing and shedding, and that's where the eclipse is started, with releasing and shedding. I want to turn that around there. For you, Sage, I just want to see, this is your first house, Sage, perfect. So that's what Ketu is all about. And then to help Ketu, we have Saturn. Now Saturn, wow, Saturn is really a tough call. Saturn is all about karma and the past. Saturn is Father Time, or he is the timekeeper, the taskmaster, who he rules over rules, boundaries, stagnation, walls. Saturn is the skin, your boundary. He rules over chains, suffering, hard work to bring structure, tears, and painful experiences. This is all Saturn. So there's your chains. But the thing about Saturn, although it's hard to navigate with Saturn, he rewards the efforts you put into it. So if your efforts are, if you make a lot of effort, so your reward will be. So as you sow, so you reap. That is Saturn. He rewards good effort with good reward, and obviously, if not, then, you know, if you didn't put effort in, your reward will be as such. So that's our change. Then comes along Pluto, and well, Pluto is complete transformation, total destruction of the old to rebuild something new. Pluto destroys the chains that hold us back. The ideas and the circumstances, the belief systems we have formed will be broken so that new ideas for abundance, which is Taurus, okay, remember it's ending in Taurus, those new ideas for abundance in everything can be born. So you will be feeling structures of falling down in all areas of your life. It can either be mental, physical, or emotional issues. And this can feel like total chaos. So you see how it all comes together to break the chains of past karma. So the first lunation, there were 3 here. The first lunation was a new moon. New moons are always about new beginnings, and that was on the 5th of April, and the 4th of April in other countries as well. In South Africa, the 4th elsewhere. It was a new moon, new beginnings in Aries, which is all about moving forward. And it was in the first star. There are 3 stars in the constellation of Andromeda. That the one is in her head, and that falls in Aries, and Aries is all about the head, going head first. So, I mean, really, it's science. It's absolute science. The star in her head is called Alpharaz. And so it fell there to kickstart it, because Aries kick-started the process of breaking the chains from ancestral past that has kept us all stuck in a situation or a pattern through our thoughts in our mind and the head. So really, how amazing is that? I mean, I don't know how one cannot see this, you know, and understand it. The second lunation was a full moon. So the sun was still in Aries. It happened on the 19th of April. So the sun is still in Aries. But for a full moon, you need the sun to reflect on the moon. So it's directly opposite in Libra. So here we have a full moon. Now, full moons is to release and let go. And it was in the sign of Libra. And it illuminated the second star in the constellation of Andromeda, which is a star at her belly, her navel. This star is called Mirak. So the belly, or the navel, is the area where we are chained to our ancestors, to our mother. When you are born, your belly button, your navel is your tie to your parents, to your ancestry, to your heredity, where you come from, what you inherit. So isn't that not amazing? There we go. And it's a full moon shining on that. Now, what it's wanting is to shed so that you can have this effect of Libra. And Libra is all about harmony in relationships, balance in partnerships, peace and justice, and what is fair. Libra is ruled by Venus, bringing in luxury, good luck, harmony. So that was the second lunation. Then we have the third and last one in this constellation of Andromeda, and it happens in Taurus. So it's at this last star is at the feet of Andromeda. But before I go into that, Taurus, I think let's do this third one. The third lunation focus happens now on the 5th of May, which is today for us in South Africa, and it's a new moon, so there's new beginnings again. A new moon is a dark moon. It was on the 4th of May in other areas of the world. So it falls on the third star called Al-Mak in the feet of Andromeda, the chained lady. So bringing new beginnings, because now we have the sun and the moon here. That's why it's a dark moon. New beginnings to our consciousness, which is the sun, and the moon, which is our subconscious, to merge our beliefs and align both these perceptions, shifting our belief system to abundance, which is Taurus, it's happening in Taurus, and prosperity, whether it be in finance, health, or relationships. So you have an opportunity now to change your perceptions and your direction, breaking the last shackles at her feet that tie us to the situations we don't want to be in. Really, you know, I mean, it says it all. So there's this complete, from top to toe, breaking, starting in the head with the thoughts, going to the belly button, ancestral history, and then right to the feet where the last chain is, and Taurus is the sign of manifestation and fruition, or activating processes in a physical and material form. And that's where the last lunation is. So Taurus is ruled by Venus as well, and Taurus is all about traditions, self-worth, money, resources, wealth, values, abundance, harmony, solid structures of earthy, grounded, material, physical value. So this moon here is asking you to see your value in yourself, to attract abundance and value, to walk away from the belief system created by family actions or behaviors that maybe you're not worthy to be blessed because of a hurt self-worth, beliefs that you don't have money maybe because your parents weren't wealthy, or you can't have a good relationship because your parents didn't or got divorced, or you are not going to achieve anything in life because you were told that as a child. Maybe you battled in school and you were told you were stupid, or you were too fat or too thin, not good enough. It's all wrong beliefs stemming from hurt self-worth, and Taurus is the sign of manifestation. Severing it to manifest it from head to toe. So Almach, the star in the feet of Andromeda, brings reconciliation between lovers, marriage partners, friends, business partners, because it carries the energy of Venus as well. I mean, really. And Venus is the ruler of Taurus. As Perseus broke those last chains at the feet of Andromeda, she was set free from her parents' actions to live an abundantly fulfilled life. That is so beautiful. But in order for us to change or to get focused perspective on something, it has to hurt or escalate. And pain does this for us. As it increases in feelings of being stuck or chained in relationships, Libra's relationships possibly, as it escalates, as you feel like it's just increasing and increasing, maybe family issues that are painful, bad habits, self-sabotage that you have, anger issues, maybe you're stuck in your career, being chained to painful situations or people in your life. As this intensifies through these 3 lunations, you're at the feet now, you will be pushed forward till you get to the point of saying enough and break away from the chains that bind you. So the last chain is in the feet, final liberation. So once again, the universe is asking you to break those shackles at your feet, to move forward in freedom with the final breaking of the bonds that keep you from fulfilling your life path and releasing of this karma that has kept you stuck. But it is by your own free will. Remember, we have to use our own free will. So you have to put in the action, which is Aries, where it started, to make things solid and real, which is Taurus, manifested. You can't just sit there and expect things to fall in your lap. We have to put the effort in, and this is Saturn. You know, what you do, what you sow is what you reap. So for Sag, you had this new moon, this last moon, in your 2nd house. Sorry, no, it's not. In your 6th house, new moon. That's right. In Taurus is your 6th house. And you have the shedding in your 2nd house of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is all about, and isn't it amazing, our eclipses are in Capricorn and Cancer this year. And Capricorn and Cancer is all about mother and father. And we have all this karma. So it is ancestral karma that we are all releasing. So for you, it's important for new developments and new beginnings in regards to your health, which is your 6th house. Okay, so that's the new beginnings you want in your 6th house. This is what you want to release, your 2nd house. So the 6th house is all about your health and co-workers and imbalance. 6th house is all about imbalances. So if you've been tied to some health issue, for example, say you suffer from cholesterol or diabetes, anorexia, depression, that is hereditary in your family, or karmic connections to ancestral patterns that repeat generation after generation. Beliefs maybe formed by observing your environment that you're born into. I'm not saying that your family are bad people, just that a lot of the situations where we are stuck stem from family issues. And we call it something that comes through the bloodline, hereditary. There is a possibility now to break these chains by changing your thinking that shifts or aligns and helps you find a solution. Maybe you start a new diet or lifestyle that is more honoring to your body, because that's the 6th house. The new moon is at the chained feet of Andromeda, so she can start moving finally when they're broken, moving away. It might also be connected to victimization beliefs. You could gain clarity and awareness now that you allowed yourself possibly to accept this victim behavior in regards to an illness or behavior or unfairness that is in your life currently. The 6th house is about illness, disease, and disease due to inequalities or imbalances, unequal relationships, slavery. It's a house of slavery and bondage, addictions, anything that is out of balance or unhealthy. It rules, the 6th house rules divorce, and jealous people, work and co-workers, enemies, people who abuse you physically or emotionally and put you into a victim state. So this new moon can break those shackles psychologically. You are only at the stagnation state because you feel unworthy and undeserving. And Taurus is highlighting that, because that's what Taurus is all about. So you chain to health problems because you feel unworthy of receiving better conditions at work, maybe, even though you might be complaining and saying that it's not fair or not nice, or unfair workload, unfair reward salary-wise. You might be saying that with your conscious mind, but subconsciously you're vibrating at a less self-worth, which in turn attract more unequal treatments. So you have the new moon resetting this by some experience that repeats itself. You see this now and you say enough is enough, and start rebuilding a new self-worth, knowing that you deserve better in all aspects relating to unfairness, imbalance and inequality. Break the chains of connection to your family like Andromeda broke from the chains by accepting the help of Perseus. Maybe you're the first one in your family to take up running, or better diet or lifestyle, or better job, because you're not afraid of letting go of something to allow new opportunities that will appear in these situations, work, career or health. And Sag, you are very goal orientated. You have the energy and the fire to do this. And I know yours is longer. But the thing that you need to sacrifice, because this is so important, Sag, is something about your earned income, because it's your 2nd house, or something that is valuable, a valuable possession that you are attached to, something you earn because it's the house of earned income. You have to let it go as it's outlived its purpose in your life. Maybe eating habits that need to change, comfort of some sort, which lead you to improved health, new improved environment at work maybe, new work opportunities and introduction of new work projects. Something will shift in your self-worth in regards to the 6th house, and you start feeling that you are more worthy, that you don't need to stay in the situation of inequality, or in addition because you love yourself and you believe you deserve better. And as your self-worth increases, you realize you cannot tolerate these imbalances or situations any longer. You deserve better. You don't deserve people screaming at you or disrespecting you, taking advantage of you, because the 6th house is also the house of abuse. Being taken advantage of as a servant, disturbing, jealous, unbalanced, unfair people in your life. Your new actions will be gentle, not angry, because the new moon in Taurus is gentle. Taurus is gentle. So it won't be angry changes. It'll be changes that are honoring yourself in a gentle, loving way that liberates you from imbalanced situations. The situations of inequality and being taken advantage of are diminishing your abundance. Taurus is a sign of receiving easily from the universe financial, material abundance. So if you shift in the new direction of cutting the chains that bring imbalance, shifting your perspective of who and what you allow in your life, it will create abundance in all areas of your life. So don't be afraid of letting go of an old job that gives you financial security, because a new one will appear that will be fair, equal, and supportive, inspiring you to happiness. Now, I know I've rambled on for a long time here, Sage, because for you it is so intense. It really is so intense. And, the sixth house is really a very tough house to navigate through, the house of abuse, and that is where your last shackle lies, because this is what you are experiencing, and it comes from what you grew up in, what you saw, what you witnessed in your environment that you're in currently, and then you lose self-value. So, Sage, I love you. I love your energy. I know you're goal-orientated, and I know you can break these chains. So go for it. Go for it. Set yourself free. And lots of love to you out there. Thank you.